Courtney Davis. We're going to overtime.
How about the catch right there? You love the double post call. Courtney Davis goes up and gets it at its highest point for the touchdown.
All right. Now we got to go to double OT because field goal after field goal in the first one. Mon keeps it and scores. Aggies in front. Now LSU trying to answer. 4th and 2. Nick Brissett is barely in. We're tied again. 3rd overtime. Burrow. 1st down. D. Anderson, touchdown.
I just thought there was spectacular wideout play on both sides of the ball. But hey, why not? Throw it up to your 6'6" guy.
And
right?
in the 3rd overtime on, you've got to go for 2. They did. They got it. Now Mon running for his life, throws it up. Kendrick Rogers. Interference all over the place.
No idea how he caught this football. He's draped with an LSU defender. Look at the concentration.
Oh, my goodness.
And the extension with the left hand to pull it in.
They go for 2. They have to. They get it. They had to. We go on to a 4th overtime. And now into a 5th overtime. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They're getting tricky. Why not? Empty the chamber. Touchdown.
Love the play call right there.
Yeah, I love it too. They set it up with a toss sweep the play before, and then they come back with a toss pass.
Torrey Carter on the receiving end. 2-point conversion you had to go for. No good. So now the ball is in the Aggies' court. And on 4th down, they are trying to stay alive. They did it in regulation, and they did it in the 5th overtime.
How much poise does Kellen Mond have? We saw it in that Clemson game with chaos around him that time on 4th down, under duress, makes a play to keep it alive and gets the touchdown.
And like LSU, they couldn't convert the 2-point conversion. We go to the 6th overtime. It's the longest overtime game either of these programs has ever played. Mond to Sternberger, got it. Now you go for 2. Mond caught, good. Rogers, 8-point lead. 66-58. It sounds ridiculous in the SEC. Now, Burrow, why not? Keep it. Now they've got to go for 2 in the 6th overtime. Burrow to Anderson. Got it. We're going to a 7th overtime. There have only been 4 of those in the history of college football. This is the 3rd of 5 now in the SEC. Burrow, touchdown.
You got to give this guy a lot of credit. Let me tell you what he did tonight. He carried the ball 27-plus times.
27-plus times and 100 yards. 2-point conversion they had to try. No good. So now the Aggies have to get it. Living on the edge. Wasn't just Aerosmith that said it. Mon complete to Davis. Who else? Touchdown. Now they can win it because LSU did not convert from 2. Mon, Rogers, no! But Greedy Williams with a pass interference, and then the hat flies because he said something mean.
I didn't like the pass interference call.
All right.
Didn't matter.
Didn't matter. Aggies move closer, but then a false start. Doring with a studio reaction at that time. Edo's shirt's dry by this point, folks. Aggies back at the 6. Gotta have it for the win. Mond looking. Rogers, game over. 74-72 in the highest scoring game in FBS history. 4 hours, 55 minutes of thrills. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. A&M gets its 8th win. LSU 9-3. They'll likely fall out of the top 10 after a thriller like this. Maybe they won't. What's it matter? Hello, Jimbo.
I can't say enough about all the players, Kellen, everybody. But, I mean, just you got to believe you're going to do it.
You finished 2nd in the West. Where does this match the expectations you had for this program going in?
My expectations are to be at the top, but we have to take steps at a time. We progress. We let some games slip away later on, but it's a heck of a conference. We got 2nd in this, and hey, that's a starting point. Now we got to get better and move on.
Just a team that is always going to keep fighting, and that's what Coach Fisher emphasizes. You know, we're going to keep competing, we're going to dominate, and this team never quit. And no matter what, and we knew coming into this game it was going to be a tough game, but this team never quit, and that's what I love about it.
Walk me through the final drive of regulation and how you kept your composure.
Just the same thing as practice. Coach Fisher has us prepared so hard. So when we come out to the game, it becomes easy, and we just kind of thrive and trust everybody else on the field.
We talked about this rivalry and this streak. What does it mean to finally snap this 7-game losing streak to this team?
This is what we play football for these big games like this, and when we come out with a win, it's an amazing feeling.
I appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So here you go. These are the 7 overtime games in FBS history. I told you, it's the 5th. It's the 3rd from the SEC. And again, it's the highest scoring game in the history of FBS football. Now, remember Edo doused with Gatorade? Let's go back 16 years. Guy Morris, Kentucky. We call it the Bluegrass Miracle. What happened? Hail Mary. Hail, yes. LSU wins. Guy Morris doused too soon. Karma, it came around. It just took 16 years for it to happen to LSU. My goodness, this is the most fun I've ever had. How do you describe what we witnessed?
It's tough to describe. I mean, it was just play after play after play. And this wasn't a bunch of mistakes being made that allowed these plays to occur. These were guys making plays in the ultimate pressure situation, whether we're talking about Kellen Mond making plays to send it to overtime, whether we're talking about the receivers on both sides of the ball making big-time catches, even the defenders making some big-time plays. LSU's goal line stand, I don't even remember which overtime period it was, but they made a tremendous goal line stand.
I think it was
down
the
there
first or second.
Maybe,
yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
It was just, look, that was just a bring your own guts deal. I mean, that's really what it was on both sides of the ball. They couldn't even stand up at the end of the game. A&M runs what, almost 110 plays?
It was 200 total plays or so in
yeah,
that game?
and you're looking at guys, LSU's defense, they were down to, they were at one point in overtime, they were playing down 7 starters because guys are getting hurt and guys didn't play to begin with. But you know what? These are the games that really define your teams. And if you look at A&M and what this win is going to mean for them, there's 3 things that Jimbo is always going to be able to go back to. 1, mental toughness. That was a grind. You had to grind it out. 2, physical toughness, right? And 3, what's he talked about since he got there, and what did they not do the previous 3 or 4 years? Finish. And they finished. They finished 8-4 with a chance to win 9. That was a gut check, and they brought them today.
Kendrick Rogers. Remember you were talking about the
Clemson game.
In the Clemson game. He was huge, huge. Then he kind of disappeared. He was huge again.
It makes you wonder why he hasn't done that in every single game all season long. This guy's physical. He's big. He makes unbelievable catches. Clearly can concentrate with the ball in the air. Has a knack for making a big-time play in a big-time situation. I'm anxious to watch this guy's career progress because he's got all the skills.
Talking on A&M real quick. They've gone 8-4 in previous years, right? Before bowl games. Kevin Sumlin, it happened all the time. This just feels so different, right? It just feels different.
It feels different because to beat LSU, you have to match physicality on all sides of the ball. That's who they are. That's the kind of players they have. That's what Edo teaches. Today, A&M matched their physicality, not for just the 4 regular quarters. They also matched it and then exceeded it in overtime. That was a huge win because, again, as I said, it was a gut check win. And let's look, they didn't play great the whole game. But we talk about the offense. What about the defense? The defense for A&M came up with 6 sacks, 12 tackle for loss. So this was a great team win. At the right times, everybody made big plays.
I'm just glad to be a part of it with you boys.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what. Let's look at this game now by the numbers. Again, all of these records that were set, but take a look at overall, over 1,000 combined yards. Almost felt like the Big 12 there for a little bit. 197 plays, 146 points, NCAA record tying 7 overtimes, and officially 4 hours and 53 minutes of game time. And now we move on to the Iron Bowl.
Supposed to be the biggest game of the day.
Well, it was the lead until, overtime, maybe?